Good day, Dr. Lant.
Click on the link, everybody. It's pertinent for the story. Good day, Mr. Anderson. One of the people who will drop. Oh, I'm one of the people who will drop. Gary Smith is going to drown too. If you are one of the 70% of the human population living near an ocean, a sea, a river, in Massachusetts, actually, New England is the part of the United States to talk about, out of my own neighborhood. Talking about. And I want to remind us, we are here every day at some time or other, usually 1 p.m. Eastern Time. Today was a little late because I had to get my notes. I couldn't believe what I was reading, so I dug deeper. We are here to help you deal with catastrophes by having money when it counts. So for all people out there who are not making it down after day, if you don't get the picture, folks, you deserve what's going to hit you. It has now been determined and decreed, publicized, and noted that 2014 is the hottest year on record for the human race. The hottest year on record ever. Not only is that the case, but get a load of this, these babies. You're going to be making money. Baby, it had a lot to do with everything. Staying alive, making money, having a good time. Being able to put picnics in there. It's all part of the same picture. Globally, 2014 was the warmest year in recorded history. The 10 warmest years on record have all occurred since 1997. People, can we please acknowledge that this isn't some freak put out by the communists? This is our planet is going to go down the drain, literally, as the water levels rise. So here's what we're going to do. I've asked Mark to look in the archive, because I want to show you guys that I've been following these things for years. Well, some of you are going, there's no such thing. I've been following a long time, and the eye-popping news out of the New York Times this morning just makes me. I want to get a boat. I'm telling you, the SS Noah is going to be launched today. You better be my friend, everyone, because I'm not going to take all the animals, just the ones I like the best. Which may or not be. Mark, have you heard in the Netherlands about this 2014 phenomenon being the hottest year on record? Global warming is faster than that, is gaining even further momentum. Those of us who live on those are directly impacted on this. Water level is going up. We know all this. Try to tell people what they can do to protect themselves. Is there anybody in the room that doesn't believe? Come on, around. Mark. By the way, this is my colleague from the Netherlands.
Is a big issue. The name already says it. We're
Sharon says we will be.
Oh, Sharon.
Oh, Sharon. We're going to have to do this for your own good.
All over in the Netherlands.
Sorry, but I definitely do not believe. Well, Sharon, now don't sob when we all pummel you.
Very strong swimmer.
And by the way, oh my God, now what? This is what we're worrying about. We're in the day still where people don't agree. Everybody, I'm going to let you have it now. Now we've got our scapegoats, Mark. We're going to have to. You know what? First of all, I'm canceling their birth rescue mission. Oh my God! Oh my folks, we're having a food fight today. Civil war on global warming. But first, we keep the waterfall. Oh, sure, start crying. Don't blame. All right, Mark, I'm going to stand forward for science, utility, experimentation, all the good stuff is on our side. So what do you want to say? First, what do you want to say something to these folks? So, you know, with the temperature?
Well, it's one thing. Even if you don't believe in warming, fact is water levels are rising everywhere. And fact is you need saving, whether you know it or not, whether you want it or not. We'll give you the money. We'll provide you with the means to make the money, to make sure that you can provide for yourself and survive the flood when it comes. And yes, we can water. I do agree on that. But too much of a good thing doesn't work either.
First of all,
except
what
if it's
we're going to be seeing here is more storms, like the typhoon in the Philippines. It's going to look like a piece of cake. But let's get some facts on, because I'm so glad that some of you don't agree. You know, when the SS Snow is ready to pull up the plank, you'll be sorry. I'll say, since you didn't believe in it, stay here to deal with it. New York, I'm calling from Justin Gilson of the New York Times. Report. I'm going to give Ms. Gillis a lot of attention, but also Mark's going to report on global warming. He's looking for it. If you type in waterfall, earthly, global warming, that will do. I see. Last others in Earth's recorded underscores of vernal emissions. Now, why do we care about this? For one thing, if I was living in Indonesia, Philippines, or wherever they have these terrible, I'd want to be able to have a portable business. I wouldn't want my whole life to be wiped out by a storm, which you know happening. Global warming produces more maximum number of storms. Not all the storms, but most of the storms. You must teach that, Mark. And wouldn't you want to be able to take your business with you and save your life and your family's life and worry about your business and your livelihood wiped out? Take your internet business portable. It's portable, not potable. Potable means drinking water. Potable means take the damn business with you in your pocket.
Definitely. The best thing about this is all you need is an internet connection, a laptop, and you're good to go. We have all the tools, all the traffic, everything you need right here at Worldprofit. So all you need to do is get in with us and just get with the program. So you're going to make money, you're going to be able to buy everything you need to survive anything and everything. So that's the reason why you want to be here. You want to be here because here is where we teach you how to make the money. And that money is going to buy you everything you need to survive that storm.
Okay, here facts. Facts will set you free, some folks out there. Warming, scientific warning about the risks of runaway emissions and undermining claims by climate change. Contrary, some of them which are now very present. So the moment the global warming had somehow stopped. Extreme heat blanketed Alaska. The state of Alaska is melting away. It's like that was in Alaska, Arizona, California, and Nevada. And the problem is, I'm reading from Wallace. The problem is there is a point of no return. If it is reached, there is no recovery, and the end result will ultimately planet that will look like Mars and Moon. A dead world. People, Wallace is right, and you know Wallace is the one person that the Wicked Witch of the West held. By the way, Wicked Witch of the West did that. So find out the story. Go to jeffreyledarticles.com and type Wicked Witch of the West. In reading from the New York Times, the ocean surfaces. Alaska was the worst. what is Alaska? 1/6 of the landmass of the United States. It's an enormous melting. It's like an ice cube. You know, we used to see all these big pictures of the snow-capped mountains. Forget it. Now we got mountains, all right, but the snow-capped is only in picture books. Several European countries set temperature records, and the ocean surface was unusually warm virtually every around Antarctica. Well, of course, that's like the ultimate ice cube. We will be gone long before us. Is this scaring you? It scares the bejesus out of me. What if I do? My property taxes will go up. We're going to read the messages that are God would be a thing these have ordered. The right up was covered. This is going to make that look good. And Sharon says it can change at any time. Wallace makes the profound point. It's called the tipping factor. It's already occurring. It occurs. All the animal species that have been wiped out. The elephants are just about there. I've been screaming about elephants now for years. The elephants are in a worse state now than when I started the crusade on behalf of the elephants. And polar bears in the same boat. I mean, I could go through all the animals that I produced. They'll take care of it as a government department. No, there isn't. For a government department for what? You think, where's Barack Obama? He doesn't go to Paris to support the French nation and their. I mean, we didn't even send a qualified diplomat, apparently. All the state go to Paris to charity. What says he's the war and record. What is wrong with I'm frothing like Caesar? So if I go now, but I did another comment. Well, excuse me, Peter. The data is. I'm not finished with my fact check, folks.
We do.
Carry on, Mark.
Everything we use, basically, just about everything we do, the consumption of the outputs of, they do produce gases that will cause global warming, and the fact is that the North and the South Pole grow smaller each and every year. So that ice has to go somewhere. It turns into water. It doesn't happen
I'll tell you what's going to turn into
because there's nothing else.
The last two marches happened in New York. I want the last two ice cubes in, folks. I give them right now. I'm going to continue with my reading from the New York Times, which suggests Justin Mills the reporter. The Annals of Climatology, 2014 now surpasses 2010 as the women's. Don't have to those things out until I read them. I want to ridicule those comments. I want to post them out and see, but I'm not quite there yet. I have to give you the facts. I want to give you the facts. In the Annals of Climatology, 2014 now surpasses 2010 as the warmest year in a global history. Folks, get the picture. This is the log. You know, I want to say something about 1880. There was a 10-year period in Europe and America where people started going like, historic preservation was born, record keeping was born, statistics was born, and it was all in a period of 5 to 10 years. All of the world were saying, hey, baby, we better know what we're doing to this place. Hey, Martha, we're going to take some statistics. That was in 1880. We've been keeping them ever since. In other words, for thousands of years, people were on at okay, the 10 warmest years on record have all occurred since 1997, a reflection of the relentless planetary warming that scientists say is a consequence of human emissions. I love it. And poses profound long-term risk to civilization and to the natural world. You still, are these our fellow, our contrarians hanging in there? Let's see. The only liberal That's me cleansing. God cleansing it. You'll cleanse it, or He'll cleanse it of us. What do you think the world was going to get cleansed?
I would say if He cleans it, why hasn't He already done it?
He's doing it. Excuse me, people. It's happening right this minute. And since I live in the primary city of the most vulnerable nation of this country, the great port city of the Northeast, I'm telling you, every time this hits the newspaper, I go, woof, fall asleep in Cambridge. I'll have to move my collections. Where will they go? I'm telling you, it makes me hysterical. Of the large, let's see. Some experts think the stuck-in-place weather pattern that produces streams in the United States is itself an indirect consequence of the releases of the greenhouse gases, though that is not proven. The phrase that kills me is that is not proven. We're going to study this for another 100 years. By that time, Baltimore will be we'll be having undersea trips going to see. It would be like Atlantis. What do you think?
Well, the problem is that the weather is very unpredictable, and it's never certain how a weather change affected by one factor or thousands of factors influence the weather. But in my mind, there is no doubt that the greenhouse gases that are emitted are quite a contribution to this problem of global warming.
Oh, God. What are you running for? You running for Dutch Prime Minister? You are so mealy-mouthed today. Get your head on and hit the table with your shoes. You ever see you so mealy-mouthed? Right. You want to keep reading from the New York Times. I know what it is. Oh, that's not proven. One of my many propositions for today is the following. Those of us who believe in global warming need to book our space on the cruise ships and everything, whatever's left. And those that do not believe in global warming should just stay where they are until the water seeps up their driveway. And then they go, can we come in your boat? We go, no, you had a chance. You flubbed it. I'm telling you, you're going to start calling me Noah. See, it's interesting who Anthony says there's no such thing as global warming. I'm biting my tongue, people, but I'm going to continue my reading from the New York Times. And by the way, I am not an invariable New York Times follower, but their coverage is supremely good, and we'll probably have one in the Wall Street Journal and Barron's and the Times of London, etc., etc. Let's see. Long-standing claims by climate change skeptics, of which we have 3 in this room. The global warming has stopped, seized on by politicians in Washington to justify inaction emissions. What we've got is the Congress aides and the president sitting on their hands, and I wish they dug a little deeper for what they're sitting on, but anyway, they're sitting on their hands doing friggin' nothing because they said, we don't believe in those scientific crypto communist fascists. Some people think that global warming is like an intellect fad that we trot out like we were Trotskyists and then we're socialists and now we're we're getting a lot of great comments and people looking in. Here's my main point. We're going to come back to it and over. If you are in a zone and 70% of you are near water and you can expect more storm damage, what's going to happen if you're trying to run a business at home when the next typhoon hits your country? You're going to be living. And I was talking to Mr. Joseph. It was 5 years ago that the great Haiti hurricane. He said that there hasn't been one building in Puerto Rico. It's the same way it is today. That was 5 years ago after the terrible earthquake. That's the way it's going to be. Do you think those people are spare? You better believe they are. And they didn't believe in hurricanes, or they didn't believe in water dam. Good. Now they're living in the street of Port-au-Prince for 5 friggin' years. The government diddles about what they're. It should be on a platter. I said to Mr. Joseph, doesn't it bother you that your country's a basket case? He said, I live in Massachusetts. Well, Somerville, Massachusetts is right. Blah, 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 you go in there. All right. Carry on. Let's see. What do you think about the response to the United States is the culprit? I mean, we are sure. And well, we appreciate your excretory comments. You might want to go and wrap them up. Very on. I'm surprised you, but now she's pulling. Oh, you stupid moron! You're believing it.
Yes, but that doesn't mean that we can.
What do you think the last 20 he lost 95 relatives. My guy.
Well, that is true, Wallace. But then again, it's all about being prepared. And global warming, yes, it certainly does have its effect on the entire world. Whether you like it or not, whether you want it or not, whether you believe it or not.
When my computer crashed, it triggered my Gregorian chants, and I'm coming back to these 12th century Gregorian chants, and we're talking about mass death and destruction. Friends, this is freaky. Don't tell me there are no gremlins around this place today. Let's see what the people have been saying. We go and read the comments. We welcome the comments, even though we think sometimes, how the hell do they arrive at that point of view?
But we certainly don't. But there are several problems that are the result of global warming.
Yeah, like everything. Like things underwater. Like insurance claims going through the roof. And let me tell you about insurance, how it's going to impact it. I have, as you know, a very valuable art collection, and I was insured by the best company in the United States, which canceled my policy. I never made a claim, and they said, you might make a claim someday, so we want to cancel you now. Duh! Now what's going to happen when we have global warming and the whole eastern seaboard of the United States collapses? And every insurance company goes, "Oh, that's an act of God. We're not going to pay out." When my agent called me and said, "Oh, but you've been canceled," I said, "But I have had this policy for 15 years and have never made a single claim." That doesn't matter. They said you might make a claim someday, and it would be in the millions of dollars, and they don't want the risk. Excuse me, I said. I thought that was the business they were friggin' in. Risk. Can you guarantee, Rodolfo? Can I guarantee what you'll do today? This is Dr. Lant, the CEO. Let me talk to you, Rodolfo. Can you guarantee what you're going to do today? Can I guarantee what you're going to do today? Can you tell me? Come on, Rodolfo, you're so smart. And we have a comment from Rodolfo, only things. Yes, inglese. Solamente. Toujours, inglés. Inglés. Is it, help, my property's underwater. Help! And I'm going to send Senator Sharon a telegram that's going to say, you were wrong. I told you so. 6 words for a quarter. Well, it says global warming is just one of the many things that can do us in. That's true. That's absolutely true. Ebola, any virus can do us in. That's why I've been on the cautionary side of all this stuff. By the way, did you get my article so we can read it? I want everyone to know that I've been on top of this for a long time. Did they refund? No! Refund? They sent a woman, she got a beautiful collection. She went back out. Duh! Excuse me. And by the way, that's going to go in my autobiography under things you got to be aware of when you collect. Is that you're dealing with big insurance companies who don't care whether your collection lives or dies, but if they could suffer the risk, oh my God, insurance. The minute you put in an insurance claim, your policy goes up. I didn't even have to put in a claim. My policy didn't go up; it went out. Now, enough of that, Faldero. Rodolfo, I'm waiting. Can you guarantee me that you're going to do the work and follow the directions? Come on, Rodolfo. You're probing me, and I'm probing you. Now, what do we got for comments here? We got Wallace's on the screen. Sharon says, I believe in being prepared. I am not going to blame every problem on earth. We're not blaming every part. For example, we're not blaming the fact that you don't know what you're talking about on global warming. We have other reasons for that. Whoa, no, this is World War III has just started. Can we change again? Waterfall. Sorry, I don't understand. You understand me well enough, Rodolfo, to understand me when I say this. Can you guarantee me that you're going to follow directions? Come on. Can you guarantee me anything? Can you guarantee me you're going to ask me the dumbest question of the day? Oh, now Sharon's resorted to the lethal war of URLs. God, debates more. We're just going to send URLs at each other. Hey, Mark, gotcha. Hey, Lant, got you. We don't have to talk anymore. We don't have to think. We don't have to deduce. We just have to send URLs back and forth. See? May I remind everyone that I am literally 1 minute's walk from the premier research institution of the planet at Harvard University. And what we learned is, Sharon, don't bring up God, bring up facts. We have across the street the creme de la creme of the American scientific establishment is right here in Cambridge. And they have to go through rigorous, even historians have to go through rigorous testing to prove that what we say is right. And you know what we wait for? After we've gotten our proof that our synopsis is correct, it will be overcome by the next smart person who says, well, it was a little bit, I don't want to talk about there. And oh my God, he's supposed to spell the word there. That's what research institutions are all about. They're not about God. God didn't go to Harvard. A small fact that any Harvard man will tell you, if pressed. Press me, Mark, press me. Did you, we're not going to have time to read it anyway. Since you didn't want the URL. I don't, read to us.
Yes, sir, I will. By a waterfall, H2O. The unwanted fall take from whence we came. By Dr. Jeffrey Lant. Author's program note. The first thing scientists engaged in seeking life on other planets look for is whether there is water there. For without it, they know there can be no life, and no species like ours. Water, you see, is the defining element. The sine qua non without...
Sine qua non. Sine qua non.
Sine qua non. Excuse me. The sine qua non, without which life is possible, but impossible. Thus, for the incidental music to today's article, I give you the mastery of that aquatic Korean tongue-in-cheek provocateur, Busby Berkeley. Imp, chonka, artiste, American original, and above all, genius. In 1933, he put his mind of high originality across the Footlight Parade, a complex geometric water ballet to the tune of By a Waterfall, music by Sammy Fain, lyrics by Irving Cahall. It was designed to mesmerize, titillate, enthrall, and it was cheeky, scandalous, just plain fun for those who enjoyed the beach and its unending possibilities of naughtiness. and an innocence which is now long gone from the great republic. To create this undoubted master which had Made in America stamped all over it, the exigent Berkeley never wanted to economize, demanded a 40 by 80-foot swimming pool that filled an entire soundstage. Its walls and floors were glass, and before shooting started 100 chorus girls took 2 weeks as their exacting means in it. Shooting lasted 70,000 gallons of water per minute to be pumped across the set. Busby's genius and his innovative use of not just comely young maidens, but of cameras instead of numbers from set angles like other lesser men, he instead set his camera into motion on custom-built booms and monorails, and as necessary cutting through the roof to get the right shot, for to get his on film for eternity was ever his. And so starts Dick Powell and Rubens by all, just a winding stream where I grit and dream. We have all had this experience, transformed into poetry, if we were there without it. It is a scenario that is at growing risk worldwide, as we learn from 2 sobering reports just released on the subject of the future of water. Too little water here, too much water there. March 22nd, 2012. U.S. intelligence agencies reported that droughts, floods, and fresh water may cause significant global instability and conflict in the decades dead ahead. The report makes clear that developing countries, already severely changed, will have to scramble to meet demand for food populations while the effects of climate change. Riffing the joint judgment of federal intelligence agencies concludes that in the next decade the risk of water shortages and related issues is minimal, although they assert there will be tensions between affected states stabilizing national and global food markets. This phase of the matter offers important issues and challenges, but not chaos. That, they conclude, on 2022. Then it begins with a vengeance. Then water becomes a weapon of war, a tool of terrorism, and a vehicle for the utmost dislocation, despair, and amidst such well-founded deductions heralding Armageddon, we are as far as possible from Powell and Keeler at their enchanting waterfall. Particularly in South Asia, the Middle East, and North Africa, where the crisis has already commenced, with far worse foreseeable, and on its way. The report is based on a classified national intelligence estimate water security, which was requested by State Hillary Clinton, and was concluded the fall of 2011. Its stark conclusion: floods, scares, and posts of every kind. People adapt reforms deliver, but which fertile in mind people who have nothing but who see every day ingredients in and state failure exacerbated tensions, and with such distraction includes that may prevent them from working with the United States and our allies or Israel. World Water Day, March 22nd, 2000. At this year's World Day event, unveiled a new U.S. water partnership to share American water management expertise with the rest, calling the findings of the report disturbing. A call to action before no action will matter. Thus, the conclusion of this. We judge that as water shortages become more acute beyond the next 10 years, water in basins will increasingly be used as leverage. The use of water as a weapon or to further terrorist objectives will end its terrible loss, leaving us to 4 billion to be less. Whilst researchers others with flooding, dealing. Their blunt findings were published March 15, 2012, in the peer-reviewed journal Environmental Research Letter. This report, in the form of 2 scientific articles, makes alarming reading, asserting, as it does, sea level rise by the 100. Nearly 4 million people across the United States from Los Angeles to much of the East Coast are in the danger zone. The cities that have the most people living within 3 feet of high tide, the projected sea level rise by 2100, are in Florida, Louisiana, and New York. Boston, Norfolk, Virginia, Charleston, South Carolina. And the capital, Great Republic of Washington, D.C., will be seriously affected, with catastrophic results for properties and lives. What can we do? Or are we too simply at the mercy of events? I believe that God helps those who help themselves. And what we can do here is plain. We must keep the feet of our leaders to fire, reminding them of the necessity to focus on recognizing and solving these problems. The younger you are, the more you must observe, understanding as possible that you have power, if only you will use it. And if each of us will claim our infinitesimal share of these mental problems, remain dedicated to the loop, we will have won the race. Words. By a waterfall I'm calling, we can share all beneath a skin of blue. And that stay here, where the whistling waters play. Go now to any search engine.
Could you tell us the date that I wrote that?
March 30th, 2012.
Believe in God. So no one should question your mind as well as anybody else. Everybody's belief in God is their own decision should be made. So God should never be brought into an argument. The side of science. I mean, that's what a Harvard person is. A Harvard person is a living embodiment of scientific method. No one different hits. What are you going to do with the next hurricane hit? Are you just going to go through the least of which will be housing, insurance, etc. And Dawn says, yes, I did today. I would just Dawn, you do not want to watch. This is the problem. We have billions of people watching, and say this is all serious. This is the most important period on God's earth that there's ever been. We have within our power to made money is man-made. We'll produce money, all right, but we'll live in a desolate area. We won't live. We won't even live in a desolate area. We won't live at all. And if that doesn't scare the bankers decide that the U.S. dollar will no longer be the national reserve, but you stand by for Iran. It could happen within the year. No, that is not what the problem is. You see, we got an internal, we got a food fight on a food fight. Oh, I love my columns. I'm really sorry. Is that what you want? I would want to take my internet business and go into a place of higher ground and continue my work. I want my work to be in the history.
Definitely, sir. Definitely.
Particularly after World War II, when the dam burst.
Oh. Tough.
Then and moved to higher ground and not having 1 minute interruption of your business. If you don't have that as a goal, people, then you don't know what the internet is all about. George Carr went out to dinner, and George said, would you like to see the servers like God? Servers are God on the internet. And we went into the George saw next to me for the whole world. And George was, and that's the kind of person that you guys who are chasing the cheap, opportunity. Well, I can join your opportunity for $5. But you can't get people. The internet is about brains, and Tosh is right up there in the top 1/10 of 1%. And I say that I'm not flattering him. I'm telling the God's honest truth. As he knows, I don't flatter him. I tell him the truth. He does the same thing when he wants to say something to me.
That the smart people will bet their money on Worldprofit. Because we're prepared, we have the future vision of you, of George Kosh, of Sandy Hunter, and, well, we're just a one-stop shop for your problems. And that will get you on the right path of making money. And with money, the possibilities are endless.
Now, let me tell you another thing. If you wouldn't mind going down, and then when Patrice is finished, come back up to wrap. I am proud of my ability, thanks to George Kosh, in inventing the Live Business Center. Business-related topics take many forms. And for those of you out there who think we just have to talk about the next ad or whatever, global warming is probably the most significant business fact of our lives. Well, Miss Patrice, have you ever seen so many critters go around the woodwork shooting at each other?
Yeah. I was a little leery to step in there. It was quite the food fight. I might get slapped in the face with some of that stuff going around. My belief is
slap in the face with a flounder.
Yeah, is to keeping a small footprint, and I believe in prepping and with Worldprofit being able to create a cash flow and the ability that it can be operated wherever. So if you have to relocate, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. You've got that, and being prepared.
Wouldn't you say? That 100% of the Philippines would take their business, take their lovables and lovings and all that, get out to higher ground.
Yeah.
Without having. Don't you think that they would wish for that? I think 100% of those people. Yeah. And every one of those people who died would wish for that.
And developing the skills and everything so that you can rebuild and after a catastrophe and at Worldprofit they teach you the skills here too, so it's not just a one-time thing. You're long time.
I want to contact you for some of your sky-high tomatoes.
Yeah. I've definitely got the food growing down, and if anybody wants to catch the replay of today's program, it'll be down at our Worldprofit Tube at www.worldprofittube.com and on the YouTube channel Patrice Porter. And if you want to check out my business, helping people to create abundance by gardening, learn how to grow your own food after catastrophe, that's at www.gardeningforfoodsecurity.com. And you can check out my home business central at www.20waystoprofit.com. With that, I'll say my adieus and see you on the next Anything Goes, 1 p.m. Eastern. Bye for now.
I want to thank Patrice Porter, who's always good value and takes such good care of us, especially me. And I want to bring Mark Anderson up for his final words today. But while he's doing that, I want to say my policy as the Chief Executive Officer of this fine company. I will always have discussions of pertinent issues. I will never stifle anyone, even though their point of view is antithetical to mine and sometimes just downright stupid. I don't believe in quarantining them or pointing out, well, sometimes I have to point out the error of their ways, but I always believe what Voltaire said. I may disagree with every word today, but I defend you the way you're right to say it, even though it might be the stupidest thing I've heard all day. Mark, you were terrific today, and it was it not fate you from the Netherlands where this problem has been national history for hundreds of years, that you should partner and anything goes today?
Well, sir, it just had to be. And I can sincerely say that Worldprofit is one of few. Well, for me, it's the only business anywhere on the net ideas. Give me else tells us what you think. We are told of ideas of how to make money and how to make the most of it. But also we discuss a lot of affairs. You and your art, so everything goes truly the total truth here.
Now,
That of this community. It's not just make money, make money, make money. Yes. But it's also what you want, because we are a family here. We take care of each other and we talk to each other. And we help each other.
and Sharon,
That's
Brian, and Anthony, I'm going to be saying sponges, the special you can buy them, by the way, in my Amazon.com store, sponges to mop up the water as it keeps up your garden bath. My final suggestion for the day is Romney. Mitt Romney is trying like the devil to persuade us that he's good for a third run. I hope to hell he doesn't run. It's such a mistake. But I'll tell you one thing, I recognize his talent. We're going to have how wide theirs are, and we're going to have to be able to eliminate things, and he'd be perfect. He's policy at fingertips. He would understand the problem. He could solve the problem. He could talk to people. And that's it. Don't let the man near the White House unless he's the czar of water. If he could be a universal energy czar of water, I'd be totally in favor of it. And with that note, I mean, incredibly opinionated here at Anything Goes, vibrant, lifer, and always on the right side of every known issue, man, woman, or child, anywhere in the universe. I'll be back tomorrow with another exciting program on Anything Goes. We're here every day. In olden days, a glimpse of stocking was looked upon as something shocking. Now, God knows, anything goes.